So come with us to Zermatt, Switzerland for a week of long-range FPV drone flying, where we dive one of the highest mountains in Europe, the incredible Matterhorn.
Feel the window right up here, I'm 60% throttle.
Oh my god.
What is your battery setting at?
3.03,
I turn back.
Oh
Shit.
3.65.
Oh, he's about to crash. He's lost it. So the story for this trip really starts out around November 2023, when I came across this incredible video by a guy called Joshua Turner, an unbelievable FPV pilot who managed to pull off the most incredible dive of the Matterhorn. So after seeing this video, I contacted a couple of mates and pitched the idea of us going over to get the shot for ourselves. And within 24 hours, we were all in with flights and accommodation booked for our trip to the Matterhorn. It was fair to say we were all pretty hyped for the trip. Right up until we realised that none of us had actually done long-range FPV before. Now, I myself had done a little bit of long-range before. I'd flown my 7-inch maybe 5 kilometres and back, but these were more distance runs rather than proper long-range mountain surfing. And the Matterhorn would be the absolute peak of this, sitting at an elevation of over 4,400 metres, where the average temperature sat at around minus 15 degrees, and the peak was often battered by incredibly strong winds, upwards of 40 miles an hour. So there were 3 things that we quickly realised we were definitely going to need before heading out on this trip. Number 1 was a drone that would be capable of the flight. As I said before, the Matterhorn sits at around 4,400 metres in elevation and at a distance of around 4.5 kilometres from our takeoff spot. So that set the distance at around 9 kilometres for the flight, but we also need to add in the elevation of the flight. Now our takeoff spot sat at around 2,500 metres, leaving us with around 1,500 metres of elevation to climb. So we have to add this into our total distance, as unlike a typical 4-kilometre out and back distance run, the drone is going to be pulling a lot more power during the climb. So we're going to add around 1,500 metres of the climb to our total distance, bringing the total flight distance to just under 11 kilometres, which we realised would be a pretty big challenge as it was, never mind the extreme temperature and potential winds that we were going to have to face. The second thing we would need would be really good batteries for the drones. Now, most FPV pilots are used to using LiPo batteries, but when you're flying long range, you want to use lithium-ion or Li-ion batteries. And the main reason for this is that lithium-ion batteries typically have a larger capacity than LiPos at a fraction of the weight. So for example, this 6S 10,000 mAh Li-ion weighs the exact same as this 6,200 mAh LiPo. So this battery has almost 40% more capacity than this battery at the exact same weight, making these by far the best choice for the flight. Now, there are 2 problems with Li-ion batteries. Number 1 is that they're not able to discharge as much current as a LiPo battery, so you have to be much more careful when you're flying with a Li-ion. You cannot pull too much current from them. And number 2 is that pre-built Li-ions are often quite expensive and they don't actually use the best cells on the market. So with that in mind, we decided to actually build our own batteries to guarantee maximum performance for our flights. Alright, so our second set of battery cells have arrived for the trip. You see down here, Marty's just opening them. I think we've ordered how many? 130?
Something stupid like that.
130 battery cells. What have we got here, Mark?
We've got some of the Samsung 50S cells, which will be about 5,000 milliamps, 5,000 both, roughly 35 amps max, I believe.
Yeah.
And then in here we have some B45V multi cells.
Multi cells, wait, this box is really full of them and we've already built them up. 43A, these in here are B45B. Oh my days. Shit. Look at that.
Holy shit.
That is mental. Samsung 50S, 5,000 milliamp cells. Wish us luck here as we try to assemble all these packs.
Right, so we've just finished today's building session. We didn't really get them all done per se, but we've a number here with the XT60s on them, and all they need is the bridging down here and the balance leads. We've still got all these down here. So
now that we had our batteries built, the third and final thing we realised we need would actually just be a lot of practice. Now, living in Ireland, we don't exactly have access to the biggest of mountain ranges, and in fact the largest mountain in Northern Ireland sits at only 850 metres, which isn't even a quarter of the height of the Matterhorn. But we realised we would need the practice anyway, so we all got our best long range quads built up and headed down to the mountains.
Only like a kilometre and a half out.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god, keep that lit.
So we did a number of flights flying out to around 4.5 kilometers, just kind of getting used to the distance that we were going to have to be flying for the Matterhorn. We of course obviously couldn't replicate the height, but we were able to get a good bit of practice flying the quads out at various distances in various conditions, both in cloudy, windy conditions and on some kind of nicer, calm days. Just getting a feel for flying the quads out to this kind of range and seeing how they perform. Okay, so the pressure is well and truly on here. There's around 12 hours to go till we're heading off, and I still got another 2 drones to build and around 15 batteries. I'm currently building this little guy here. This is the ELRS Recon 5. It's a little lightweight 5-inch quad. We're going to be using that for some sort of extended range flying. Me and Mark are up in the production studio. There's around 4 hours to go till we're supposed to be at the airport, and we are still building drones. We have got to get all of these bags into here.
2 hours later.
So did we do it, Paul? Did we get them all in? No. We did get them in.
I got some of them in.
I managed to fit 6 bags into a mid-size SUV. Holy crap.
We're at Coupletron.
Coupletron.
We need to go up there.
This is basically the main way. We're getting around in the village of End where we're staying. As you can see here, we're literally headed up the side of a mountain on a cable car. Well, so it is day 2. As you can see here, the weather has definitely improved. Holy crap, look at that. Wow. Absolutely unreal.
Look up at the peaks there too.
So with the better weather here, we decided to head off down to the Matterhorn. The interesting fact is you actually can't get to the town of Zermatt via car. You actually have to take the train. And so we went on this incredible 30-minute train journey right through the mountains up to the town of Zermatt. Finally here, I've arrived in the town of Zermatt here. As you can see, the weather is absolutely unreal. Perfect, exactly what we were looking for. Paul's doing tourist road, just taking mom selfies. Hey, mighty Matterhorn. We're now heading up to Matterhorn. We're currently on the Matterhorn Express, which takes us up to the cable car station, and that is where we're going to be flying today to do our dives. So we made it to the top of Swarthy Station, and as you can see here, there is the incredible Matterhorn Mountains.
Got the Matterhorn, which is like 4,500 odd.
447.
I'm using my Foxy Aura with an O3 and the wee nice lovely Maps King 2806.5 1300 kV motors.
Nice one.
And I run on a GoPro 12 with obviously some ND filters. At this rate, probably an ND32. But
Yeah. What quads are you going to be flying today?
I'll probably start off with the GEPRC
Crocodile 75.
75, yeah. And if all else fails, then I got the AOS 7 as a backup.
I've got my Super G Plus.
Super G Plus. No.
4 LEDs. And I'm going to be running a 5,000 milliamp hour.
Nice.
Lithium ion built by these guys. I'm just setting up the first quad for the flight. This is going to be the AOS Falcon 7 DJI O3. Have the T-Motor F90 1300 kV motors. It's running Crossfire diversity of a barred pull and a Matic M10 GPS. Running the GoPro 12. We're going to put up one of our cheaper Scout quads, the first one, just to sort of see how it goes, but we're just going to go for it full send with the Falcon and hope for the best. So I set off on the first flight, and as you can see, the views look pretty amazing as we held our way up. However, once I got towards the top of the mountains, things started to get really tricky as the drone started to battle winds upwards of 45 miles an hour, which was making progress towards the top really difficult. 30 amps. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, look at the quad. And as you can see, I was hesitant to bump my throttle as I was already getting quite close to the maximum current draw of our 4,500 Lion pack. Oh my god, look at the wind, fellas. It did manage to get a bit of a dive out of the flight, but the quad was getting blown around like crazy and it didn't really make for a great shot. And so after this, we decided to ride off the Matterhorn for this first day and come back on a second when the winds had calmed down. We made it down. As I've never flown in such strong winds. My heart was racing. I felt like I was going to be sick, honestly. I literally thought I was going to throw up as it was coming down.
So close living there too.
I know.
Right, so we're going for our first flight of the Matterhorn here. We're going to be flying the Speedybee Mario 8. This is an 8-inch quad in terms of specs. It's got the Speedybee Mario 8 frame, Emax Eco 2, 2807, 1300 kV motors. In terms of recording camera, with the GoPro Hero 12 Black with ND32 filter. And for the batteries, we are running 2 Matterbats, 4200 milliamps in parallel, so 8000 milliamps in total, 6S2P. Just got to send them up here and go for our first flight. Right, 3, 2, 1. Feel the window right up there. I'm 60% throttle. Want to reveal the sun? I'm at the top. Holy shit. I'm at the top of the Matterhorn. I am at the top of the Matterhorn. Here we go, and dive. I'm going at nearly 100 kilometers an hour right now. This is absolutely terrifying. Oh, Jesus. I literally near lost him. There's one time I went on the ridge and I was about to hit it.
You think you nearly lost it? You see me?
So there we go. Just summited Matterhorn. So after this, we showed some of the locals our quads and footage before heading out for our final flights of the trip. Our friend Paul here is in the middle of a flight. This is what Paul is saying. He is literally coming up to the top of the Matterhorn right now. We're having to do call outs here just for battery and whatnot. What is your battery sitting at? I turn back. He's took it a bit too far.
Careful on the dive.
Oh shit. We're not losing.
Video's going.
Oh shit.
He's lost it.
Video's going.
How are you going to get that with no skis?
We're getting it.
Disarm.
Yeah.
Yes, guy.
Right. Me and Paul. So Paul lost a drone up there by the slope, so we've rented some skis and I'm gonna go get it.